Welcome to BNI, or Business Network International. This is an orientation tape developed for all new members. In a moment, Dr. Ivan Meisner, founder of BNI, will share his secrets for making the most out of this marketing organization. We recommend that you listen to this tape several times throughout your participation in BNI. If this is your first time listening to the tape, we suggest you take notes. We'll be discussing some very important techniques to make BNI more profitable for you. BNI is a business and professional networking program that allows only one person per profession to join a chapter. The primary purpose of each chapter is to increase everyone's business through referrals. Dr. Ivan Meisner founded BNI in January 1985 in Southern California. Today, the organization has hundreds of chapters internationally. Each year, the organization passes several 100,000 referrals, generating millions of dollars worth of business for its members. Dr. Meisner's Ph.D. is from the University of Southern California. His doctoral dissertation was on business networking. He has published numerous management and networking-related books and tapes, including his best-selling book, The World's Best-Known Marketing Secret, Business by Referral, and other books. He is on the Faculty of Business Administration in the Cal State University system and is internationally recognized as an expert in networking. Dr. Meisner is a keynote speaker for major corporations and associations and has been featured on radio, television, and major newspapers throughout the world. In addition, Dr. Meisner has been twice nominated for Inc. magazine's Entrepreneur of the Year award. And now, I would like to introduce the founder of BNI, Dr. Ivan R. Meisner.
I'd like to begin this tape by discussing the core values of this organization. Anyone can duplicate almost anything we do, our systems, technology, pricing, quality, growth, but they can't duplicate our culture. BNI has a set of core values unlike any organization I have ever seen. We believe that it's important to walk the talk, to not only talk about networking, but to practice and hone the skill in everything we do. We believe it's important to mentor others, to listen to new ideas, to share information that will help people succeed, to catch people doing something right. We believe that everyone makes a difference, and to keep the fun in the fundamentals. Most importantly, we believe that people don't really care how much you know until they know how much you care. All of this, all of our core values, can be summed up in a very simple phrase that clearly makes BNI special and different from any organization you have ever participated in. For the next few minutes, let me take you to a BNI conference that had members and directors from all over the world in attendance. Listen to what they think sets BNI aside from other organizations. I want you to think for a moment about the philosophy of some company. We need to make sure it's an international company because we've got a lot of international people here. So let's see, is there anyone here who's never heard of Coca-Cola? We know Coca-Cola, all right? Now I want you to think about Coca-Cola for a moment, and I want you to think of maybe 2 or 3 words, 4 words that sums up the philosophy of Coca-Cola. Think about something. Now don't say it yet, think about it. And when I count to 3, I want you to all say, now you got to make this work by saying it out loud. Yell it. What you think the philosophy of Coca-Cola is. Come on, not yet, not yet. Well, that's good. That's good. Hang in there for a second. I'm going to count to 3, and I want you to all say what you think the philosophy is. Okay, ready? You got something there? Well, I mean something about Coca-Cola. We hope you have something there. On 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. Well, maybe it was Coca-Cola. Okay, maybe it was Coca-Cola. Let's try something else. Let's see, another company that's international, McDonald's. Anybody not heard of McDonald's? Okay, we all know McDonald's. Okay, maybe it was just Coca-Cola, so let's try McDonald's. I want you to think for a moment of 2 or 3 or 4 words that sums up the philosophy of McDonald's. Okay, now don't give it yet. You know the routine now. Okay, think about it. 2 or 3 words that sums up the philosophy of McDonald's. You have it? Nodding is the universal sign of recognition. Do you have it? Okay, good. All right. I'm going to count to 3. I want to hear it all again, just like before. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, gosh, I'm confused. I don't understand. All right. Well, you know some of the traditions of BNI when you hear part of it in the presentations from directors, and Virginia has already done a little bit of this, but let's try it again one more time. If we had to sum up the philosophy of BNI in just 2 words, what would those words be? Did it sound a little different than the other 2 attempts? Now, I wanted to do that this morning because when I teach at Cal Poly, I teach management theory at Cal Poly University, Pomona, and I tell students there about organizational culture and about companies that have created a theme or an organizational culture. They understand that conceptually. But when we take that down to the clients, to the customers, to the patients, and we try to transfer that organizational theme one level below management and employees, before the people who work for that company, it often breaks down. There is no other organization that I can think of in the world where so many people throughout all levels of the organization understand the philosophy like the BNI members and directors. The central core value of this organization rests on the concept of giver's gain. That if you freely give business to others, they'll give business to you in return. Networking is like a savings account. If you keep investing wisely, you can draw upon it when you need it. If you want to make money in BNI, you have to believe in and actively practice the philosophy of what goes around comes around. If I help you, you'll help me, and we'll all do better as a result of it. I'm going to cover a number of very important topics in this tape, including the importance of regular attendance at meetings, a discussion on what constitutes a good referral, some secrets to giving effective 60-second presentations using techniques like LCDs and memory hooks, the importance of time and persistence in networking, the networking formula for success, and a brief discussion of what the do's are used for. To begin with, in your new member packet, you will find some very important information. After this tape, you should spend some time reviewing this material. Included in this packet is a badge. Your badge is a very important marketing tool. I go to other business meetings and I see many people without a badge. I can't imagine going to a business meeting and not telling people who you are and what business you're in. So please, make sure to wear your badge whenever you're at a BNI or any business meeting. You'll also find another very important marketing tool in your new member packet. This is the vinyl card holder. Please make sure to keep several copies of all the current members' business cards in this holder. That way, if someone expresses a need for a product or service represented in your chapter, you'll be able to actually pass out the member's card, not just mention their name. You should also keep several referral slips on the inside flap of the card holder, so you'll have some with you all the time. Also, make sure to keep this card holder current by replacing the cards of those who join and or drop out. Being in BNI is like having a whole group of sales reps working for you. They're all carrying your cards with them everywhere they go, and you are doing the same for them. Remember that your meeting should be treated like an appointment that you've set with important business associates. You wouldn't miss an appointment or show up late, so in order to make money in BNI, make sure to be at your meetings regularly and on time. In the new member packet, you'll also find a list of the policies of this organization. This is a very important document that covers many issues. One of the policies deals with attendance. BNI has a very important policy regarding attendance, and you should familiarize yourself with it. Attendance is critical to BNI. If you aren't at a meeting, you can't give any and probably won't get any referrals. As a member, you're allowed only so many absences. When you exceed that, you can be dropped from the chapter and your classification open to someone else. Most importantly, we found that there's a direct correlation between attendance and referrals. Studies in BNI have shown that when absenteeism goes down by 50%, the referrals go up by more than 50%. This is a direct and dramatic correlation, and it is the reason that attendance is critical to your success in the group. Also, in the new member packet is a new member orientation guide. Take this guide out now and review it. You'll see that it has some important worksheets that will help you succeed in BNI. Some of the worksheets include information on how to get and give good referrals, how to give a good 60-second introduction, a sample dance card to help you set meetings with all the members in your chapter, and much more. Your new member packet contains information that might answer many questions that you'll have about BNI and how it works. Please review this material thoroughly as there is information in there that will affect and enhance your participation in this program. The primary purpose of BNI is the generation of business referrals. So one of the most important topics for this orientation tape is a definition and discussion of what constitutes a good referral. A referral is the opportunity to do business with someone who is in the market to buy your product or service. It is not a guaranteed sale, but it's an open door to discuss your product or service with a prospective client. When you give a referral to another member, it's important to follow some of the basic steps that I'm about to outline. First, when you talk to people, listen for a need that they might express. A notable networker has 2 ears and 1 mouth and uses them both proportionately. Second, if they do express a need to you, tell them you know someone that provides that product or service. If you've done business with the member, tell the prospect about your experience. Next, give the prospect the member's business card and ask for a copy of their card in return. Finally, if appropriate, ask them if it's okay to have the member call them. If they say yes, fill out a referral slip, mark the thermometer for how hot the referral is, and put down some general information or comments. Then give it to the member at the next meeting or earlier if possible. If you follow this process for most of the referrals you give, you'll be giving out qualified referrals, and you'll get qualified referrals in return. But what happens if you get a bad referral, such as a referral where the prospect doesn't know who you are? What should you do then? Well, my advice is very important here. If you get a bad referral, it's critical that you talk to the member that gave you the bad referral. Open, honest, direct, and professional communication is the best way to make your relationships work in BNI. The only way people can learn how to help you is for you to educate them. If you get a bad referral and don't talk to the person that gave it to you, then you're going to continue to get bad referrals. If educating the members of your chapter is so important, then each opportunity for you to do your 60-second presentation becomes one of the primary mechanisms for them to learn more about you. Your 60-second presentations are very important. But I've seen a lot of people make the mistake of standing up and trying to tell everyone everything they do in 60 seconds. Can't be done. At least it can't be done effectively. If you want a lot of people to remember your 60-second presentation, it's very important for you to take the time to prepare some concise and descriptive overviews of your product and service. Your 60-second presentations are opportunities for you to teach others about what you do. Therefore, I recommend you develop several scripts that you can use at the meetings. There are 2 very useful techniques that will help you enhance your presentations. The first one I call LCDs, and the second one I call memory hooks. The first one is a term used in mathematics, lowest common denominator or least common denominator, LCDs. By breaking your product or service down to its simplest terms or lowest common denominators, you'll be able to effectively describe the type of work you do to other people. LCDs break your business down to its critical parts based upon a number of factors such as specific product lines, special services, selected target markets, your company's qualifications, your education, your work experience, specific case studies, and of course, valuable benefits to the consumer or client. Always support your LCD presentation by providing handouts or, if applicable, samples that you can show and discuss relating to that specific topic. The more things that people can see, hear, feel, and touch, the more likely they'll be to remember your message. The more they remember, the more likely they'll refer you. A fatal mistake that many people make is assuming that others know a lot about their business. I saw a florist once stand at a networking group and say, "I don't know what else to say. You all know what a florist does, right?" Wrong. It was funny because everyone in the room was nodding their head like the dog in the back of a window saying, yeah, we know what a florist does. But the truth is they don't. They didn't know the variety of services and products that this florist provided. He knew his business, and he assumed that everyone else knew just as much. After the meeting, I asked him if he was an FTD florist. Did he accept credit cards? Did he offer seasonal specials for holidays such as Christmas, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, etc.? Could he do a good job for weddings? Did he give a discount to members? Could I set up a billing arrangement with his company? Is it true that certain color roses signify different things? I told him there were hundreds of things that I didn't know about his business. These are each part of his lowest common denominators, or LCDs. Surely there were other people in the group that didn't know the answer to these questions either. Assuming that everyone knew all about his business was clearly a mistake. Not taking the time to teach everyone something about his service was an opportunity lost. Everyone, I mean everyone, has something they can say that will teach people more about the services that they have to offer. Never pass up an opportunity to teach people more about what you do. Breaking your business down to its LCDs will help you to think about all the things you need to teach your fellow networkers regarding your business. Memory hooks are another excellent tool to use when doing your presentations. A memory hook is something in your presentation that so vividly describes what you do that people will be able to clearly visualize it in their mind's eye. This visualization of your product or service makes it easier for them to refer you whenever they meet someone that needs your service. For example, many years ago, I met a phone salesman at one of our meetings. When it was his turn to give his 60-second presentation, he took the opportunity to paint a very clear picture in everyone's mind regarding the type of company that needed his product. He did so by simply saying, "The next time you're in someone's office, look at their telephone system for me. If they have a phone system that has fat wires, they need me." He then went on to explain that the old phone systems used very thick wires and that the newer, more advanced systems used very thin wires. Consequently, anyone that had a phone with fat wires had an old, inefficient system, and he could offer them a more cost-effective alternative. Well, now that was years ago, but every time I go into someone's office, I'm looking at their bloody phone system to see if the thing's got fat wires. I've had more than one secretary say to me, "Excuse me, Dr. Meisner, can I help you? What are you looking for there under my desk?" I'll never forget that memory hook, and neither will anyone else at the meeting, because everyone remembered it. He has dozens of other people out in the field looking around for companies that need his service. There's no question about it. Eventually, that has to pay off. There are many examples of good memory hooks. Some of them can be pretty funny. I once heard an excellent example of a memory hook from a skincare consultant who stood up and said, "Who could use my products or services?" "Well, if you have a face, you could use my service. If you know someone that has a face, they could use my products or services." She made a lot of people remember her because of her humorous description of her target market. She also let everyone know that her products were not just for women, but were for anyone with a face, a man, woman, or child. We had a plumber in one of our chapters once who stood up one day and said, "Remember, a flush is always better than a full house." My favorites are the dentist who stood at a group, raised his right hand as though he were taking the oath of office, and said, "I believe in the tooth, the whole tooth, and nothing but the tooth, so help me God." And the travel agent who said, "Remember, 90% of all accidents happen in the home, so travel." Memory hooks don't have to be funny. I heard an excellent presentation once from a real estate agent that very eloquently stated that everyone can find a house, but she helps people find a home. Not just a place where they live, but a place where they love to live. Although this presentation wasn't funny, it was very memorable, and that's what a memory hook is all about. By now, I hope that you've gotten the impression that participating in BNI isn't as simple as just attending a meeting and raking in all the referrals. There really is much more to effective networking. As a matter of fact, if you join BNI and then wait for the referrals to come rolling in, forget it. It doesn't happen that way. Networking doesn't happen by itself. You have to make it happen. If you want BNI to pay off, it's incumbent upon you to work BNI. I met a man once who said to me, "Ivan, I've been in BNI now for 2 months and I haven't gotten any business out of it." It used to be that when I heard a comment like that, I was devastated. I hated to hear that. But for some reason, this particular time, I asked him a few questions. I said, "Have you set any appointments with most of the members of your chapter to learn more about what they do and to explain your services in more detail?" He said, "No." I asked him, "Do you bring brochures or information about your company to every meeting in order to educate the members and visitors about your business?" He said, "No." "Do you break your business down to specific LCDs so people can learn more about what you do?" He said, "No, I know I should be doing that." I asked him, "Are you at the meeting early every week so you can personally meet all the new visitors, which are probably prospective clients? Or have you ever volunteered to be the visitor host?" "No, I should probably do that too," he said. Most importantly, I asked him, "Do you bring a referral or a visitor to every meeting?" And again, he said, "No, I could definitely do better at that." Finally, I said to him, "Are you surprised that you haven't gotten any business out of your chapter?" I mean, think about it. If you'd come to me 2 months ago and said, "Ivan, I'm thinking about joining BNI, but I'm not going to set appointments to meet the members. I'm not going to bring brochures each week. I don't think I'll use LCDs. I won't be there early to meet all the visitors, and I don't think I'll be bringing many referrals or visitors. Do you think I should join? What do you think I'd say? I'd say save your money because you're not going to get business out of BNI. If you hear anything I say on this tape, hear this. Don't confuse activity for accomplishment. Attending meetings regularly doesn't mean you're accomplishing anything. Listen, it's not net sit or net eat. It's called net work. And if you want to get business out of BNI, you have to work the organization. The secret to success without hard work is still a secret. Participating in BNI doesn't mean you don't have to work anymore. It simply means you can work smarter, not harder. There's a big difference between networking and not working. You can attend all the networking meetings you want, but if you don't work the meetings, you won't get business. Persistence and determination are very important in marketing yourself in BNI. A philosopher once said, "Nothing in this world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than an unsuccessful person with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts." Persistence and determination are the keys to success in business and in networking. If you believe in the concept of what goes around comes around, if you believe in the philosophy of giver's gain, if you believe that you can have anything you want in life if you just help enough other people get what they want, then make a commitment today. There's a formula for success in BNI, and here it is. First, think about the types of professions that can help you the most. These are called your contact spheres. They're professional circles that commonly refer business to one another, like a lawyer, a CPA, a financial planner, and a banker. Another contact sphere is a caterer, a florist, a photographer, and a travel agent. I call this the wedding mafia. They all work best with one another by referring one another. Think about who would fit in your contact sphere and invite them into your chapter of BNI. Second, follow your money. Who do you spend money with? These are the people that should be doing business with you. Invite these people into BNI so they can reciprocate the business. Third, carry several copies of all the members' business cards with you everywhere you go. Actively listen for opportunities to refer members of your chapter. Fourth, be at the meetings on time. Introduce yourself to visitors and set appointments with members. Act like a host, not a guest. If you have an opportunity, tell your chapter president that you'd like to be the visitor host. Fifth, say something different about your product or service at every meeting. Use LCDs and memory hooks. The more information you can give, the more likely people will understand what you do and how to refer you. Next, bring handouts, brochures, samples, etc. about your business to every single meeting. Seventh, meet with members of your chapter aside from the normal meetings so you can learn about one another. Use the BNI dance cards and visit each other's place of business so you can see firsthand what they do. Eighth, make good use of the materials provided by or available through BNI, such as brochures, invitation cards, marketing materials, and the numerous books and tapes that the organization makes available to the membership. These are important and extremely valuable benefits you receive with your participation in BNI. Finally, above all, be a team player and be committed to the other members. Become active in your chapter and volunteer to help. This can give you more visibility, which will turn into more business. This organization truly believes that you can have anything you want in life if you'll just help enough other people get what they want. BNI is dedicated to helping people get what they want by providing a structured and supportive system of giving referrals. An annual membership in BNI costs less than a good business suit or about the same as a small advertisement in the average newspaper that runs only once. With this membership, you have an opportunity to meet with other business professionals more than 50 times a year. If you hired a marketing consultant to provide you with the kinds of expertise and support that BNI provides, chances are it would cost you a lot more than your participation in this program. BNI is a marketing system that enables you to do what you do best. Concentrate on promoting your business. The meetings you attend are only the tip of the iceberg. Your chapter is supported by a headquarters staff and regional or executive directors. These are trained and knowledgeable professionals that are available to help you increase your business through networking. In addition to that, you get brochures, invitation cards, visitor information sheets, news article reprints, participation in periodic trade shows, press releases, this audio cassette, a vinyl card holder, badge, unlimited referral slips, leadership team training sessions every 6 months, leadership team manuals and materials, membership screening applications, free periodic workshops on how to make BNI work for you, the printing and production of an excellent newsletter full of valuable articles on networking, business, upcoming events, awards, certificates, pins, new member policy sheets, and an international internet website at www.bni.com, plus much, much more. On top of all that, the organization has created an international charitable foundation that supports education and children's programs throughout the world. See your local director or the BNI website for more information on the BNI Charitable Foundation. BNI is an incredible organization that provides the system and the support for you to develop a strong word-of-mouth based business. The rest is up to you. Don't forget, you might be on the right track, but if you're just sitting there, you're going to get run over. You're on the right track because you've joined an organization that can help you increase your business through a comprehensive system of networking. If you ever look at our program and you say, hey, this is pretty organized, it's because we've screwed up so much during the formative development of the organization that after all these years, we have a really good idea of what works and doesn't work. Don't reinvent the wheel. Follow the program. It really works, and it really can help you increase your business through word of mouth. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a program that provides you with the system, support, and core values that can enable you to get more business than you ever expected through word of mouth. The most important thing that I have learned in creating this organization is that networking is more about farming than it is about hunting. It's about cultivating relationships with other business professionals. And as you cultivate these relationships, you reap referrals. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said that what lies before us and what lies behind us are very little compared to what lies within us. BNI is all about tapping into the best that lies within us. It requires sharing as well as caring about those with whom we associate. And as far as I'm concerned, there is no better way to do business. You know, you don't buy a newspaper, you buy news. You don't buy glasses, you buy vision. You don't buy awnings, you buy shade. You don't buy a mattress, you buy comfort. You don't buy a lamp, you buy light. You don't buy a membership in an organization, you buy cooperation with people to accomplish goals you cannot do alone. Teamwork divides the effort and multiplies the effect. There is no better organization in the world to help you divide the effort and multiply the effect. Thank you for joining this organization and for taking the time to listen to this tape.
This concludes our audio presentation of Your Orientation to BNI by Dr. Ivan Misner, founder of BNI. For information on books and tapes by Dr. Misner, or to order any of his books, which will help you a great deal in your participation in this organization, you may call Paradigm Productions at 1-800-688-9394. That's 1-800-688-9394. If you have any questions regarding the material covered on this tape, please make sure to discuss them with your chapter president or local director. Finally, please feel free to loan this tape out to people you think are interested in visiting your chapter but would like more information about the organization. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about the world's largest networking organization, BNI.